The rain fell in sheets, slicking the city streets in a silver sheen. Officer Mia had been patrolling the neighborhood for hours, but something caught her eye, a figure lingering behind a closed diner right at the edge of the alley. The glow from a half-broken neon sign revealed him. Jake. He was leaning against the dumpster, hood up, fingers flicking at something in his hand. Probably a lighter, but it didn't matter. Jake had a reputation. A petty thief, sometimes a loudmouth, but always just smart enough to stay out of real trouble. Mia had pulled him in for questioning before. This time, though, she felt like pulling him in for something else. She strode toward him, boots splashing through puddles, her baton tapping rhythmically against her palm. "You're making it too easy, Jake," she said, her voice cool and confident. Jake looked up, blinking against the rain. The lighter in his hand clicked shut. "Officer Mia, to what do I owe the pleasure?" His smirk was small, cautious. He knew better than to push her buttons too hard. "Back here? At this hour?" she asked, stopping just in front of him. "Trespassing, I'd bet. Maybe trying to break in again. Got anything on you I should know about?" Jake raised his hands. "Just a lighter, and bad luck, apparently." Mia tilted her head, narrowing her eyes as if to study him. The rain ran in rivulets down her badge, her gloved hands tightening on the baton at her side. "Turn around," she ordered softly. Jake hesitated, but one look at the glint of challenge in her eyes told him this wasn't up for discussion. He turned, hands against the brick wall, shoulders tense. "Good boy," Mia murmured. She stepped closer, her voice dropping. "Stay still. I'm going to check you for anything dangerous." She let the baton trace down his side, soft enough to tease, deliberate enough to make him flinch. She leaned in close, her breath warm against his neck. "I've always wondered how much trouble you really are." Jake exhaled sharply, his voice barely steady. "Guess you'll find out," Mia smirked. "I always get my answers." The baton slid lower, tapping against his thigh with calculated slowness. "Anything to say for yourself, Jake?" He swallowed. "Nothing I think you'd want to hear." "Try me," she replied, her free hand pressed gently against his back, a contradiction to the teasing taps of the baton. It was controlled, precise, enough to send a jolt of tension through him. "Officer," Jake muttered, his voice low. "Are we done here?" Mia paused, letting the baton settle against the inside of his knee before sliding back up. "Not yet." She stepped back, letting the absence of her closeness linger. "You think I should let you off easy tonight?" Jake half turned, his expression somewhere between a smirk and something more unsure. "That depends. Do you ever let anyone off easy?" "Not when they're asking for it," Mia shot back, holstering the baton with deliberate care. "You stay out of trouble, Jake. I'll be watching." With that, she turned and walked back into the rain, leaving him there, hands still on the wall, his heart pounding with something he couldn't quite name. Jake stayed like that for a beat longer, watching her disappear down the street. He shook his head, muttering to himself, "Bad cop, huh?" He smiled faintly, tucking the lighter back into his pocket as the rain poured harder.